Does Fitz end up in love with Olivia? Does Cyrus resign after being caught with the prostitute? Will Melly and Liz continue to sleep with the vice president and catch the same STD? Will Quinn and Charlie actually get it on? Is Jake gonna end up dead messing around with Poppa Pope? All these questions answered and more on my review of Scandal, episode 4, season finale. What's up? This your girl Tanisha coming to you live and in color soon after the Scandal season 4 mid-season finale. And yes, honey, there was a lot going on. Some questions were answered and some questions remain still. So anyway, this season finale jumps off. We find out that Liz, the new blonde-haired young lady, Portia, Ellen DeGeneres' wife, is in a relationship with the vice president. So pictures of Cyrus and the prostitute are released. Remember Mike, the prostitute, business school, but he's also a gay prostitute? Pictures are released. So Abby is trying to avoid issues surrounding Cyrus's relationship with this gay prostitute. So Olivia, being the fixer that she is, she tries to fix it by saying you all need to get engaged, married, make it seem like a relationship versus just an explicit, illicit affair between you, the White House chief of staff, and a random gay prostitute. But Cyrus is like, nope, sorry, not going to be able to do it. I'm still loyal to my dad, so-and-so. Remember, because he had a guy friend, husband, whatever he was to him that died also. So he's still kind of loyal to that guy. So anyway, move from that scene on into someone is following Jake down an alley. So Jake turns around and kills whoever it is that is following him. And once he has killed him, he goes to the guy's pockets and starts searching. Inside the pocket, he finds a card. It looks like a playing card, but it has his face on it, which is called a kill card, which in B613, once they put a hit out on you, you get what it's called a kill card. I guess so you know exactly who you're supposed to kill. There's a picture of the person on it. So Jake comes to Olivia and lets her know, look, I'm getting ready to go after Poppa Pope. I'm not going to wait around for him to come get me. I'm going after him. So Jake is about that life. So then move out of that scene into Quinn meeting up with Charlie. And remember, Charlie's B613 too. So Quinn lets Charlie know that all of them have hits out against them. And, you know, in confidence, she lets him know this. Also, Quinn needs to get into the law firm where Kubiak was filmed killing. Remember this whole storyline about Catherine and Kaylin and all that storyline is still going on. So she needs to get into the law office where Kubiak was last seen. So she goes and cuts off his finger because he's dead to get past security. And that's how she gets in. So move from that scene back over to another scene, and I think it was in Olivia's office. Jake brings her a gun because he recognizes that Ishton got real. So he brings her a gun to protect herself against Poppa Pope. And, you know, she's like, I know how to shoot a gun. I just never felt like I needed to have one before. And Jake is like, you need to have one now because your daddy is crazy and your daddy is going to try to kill you. So, you know, she grabs the gun and points it and she's like, I'm looking for the kill shot. You know how Olivia Pope is. Them eyes and them lips get to quivering and all that other stuff. So in other words, you know, she's saying that she can handle it if she needs to. If it goes down, she can get the gun and bust at a nigga if she needs to. That's what she's saying. So, move from there, and then we see Liz and the vice president kissing again. I'm not really following their storyline too well as far as what they got going on, but, you know, whatever. So, after the pictures of Cyrus have been released, many people are asking for Cyrus's resignation. Cyrus is like, look, okay, whatever, I'm going to resign. So he goes to the Fitz's office, the Oval Office, and basically tells Fitz, look, I'm getting ready to hand you this letter of resignation, and you're going to accept it, and there's nothing that's going to else be said about it. I'm going to go back to my office, pack up my stuff, and leave, and never to be found again. So Fitz first is like, no, you're not going to leave. We're not letting you resign. This is not how it's going to go down. But then eventually Fitz is like, oh, okay, I receive your resignation. I accept it. And Cyrus then walks out of the Oval Office. And this was a very, very sad moment because Cyrus done been with Fitz since the beginning. Those are homies. They was ride or dies. So that was kind of a sad moment. But fast forward after that, Abby is in the office with David Rosen because David is going to have to question her about her involvement with Cyrus's affair with this prostitute. So he gets to asking her questions. And remember, David and Abby used to kick it. So he gets to asking her questions. And he's like, well, where were you on this night in question? And she's like, well, I was here with another gentleman. And David is like, huh? What? You were with somebody else? He was like, all night long? She was like, yes. He was like, okay, no further questions. In other words, yeah, you done barked up a tree that you really didn't want to climb. So the questioning ended there. Move to another scene, and Quinn is in the room all prim and proper in the bed, waiting on Charlie to get out of the shower. I guess they're getting ready to, you know, engage in a few activities, to say the least. And his phone rings. So she's like, well, do you want me to get the phone? And he's like, yeah, sure. Go ahead and get the phone. She goes and gets the phone. And guess what? A kill card with her face on it is in his pocket. Yes, Charlie is B613 and has been sent to kill Quinn. So she finds it and he comes out of the bathroom. She's like, what the hell is this? He's like, So she started slapping him and kicking him, and then she started beating him up, talking about and you was gonna have sex with me before you killed me. That's the crazy thing about it. And he was gonna screw her before he had to kill her. I'm like, really? That's just nasty. That's just not even nice whatsoever. Okay. So Jake is trying to find Poppa Pope and ends up at the wrong place. I don't know what house he went to, but he ended up at the wrong place. Poppa Pope is staked out at Olivia's house. So Olivia gets home and Poppa Pope is there chilling at her dining room table, waiting on her, you know, just talking to her. And then while she's like, get out of my house, blah, 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 he pulls out a gun and puts it on the table. So, you know, she starts calling him sick and lonely. And then he gets mad and calls her ungrateful and that there would be no her if it wasn't for him. And while he talking all his ish to her, she picked up the gun that he had put on the table and points it at him. Yes, Olivia did. Olivia is about that life. So while she's pointing at him, he's still talking crap. But Olivia pulls the trigger. Yes, she was trying to take Poppa Pope out the game. So he's like, oh, no, you was gonna kill me. You were gonna kill me. He's like shocked. And he started traveling down memory lane like, you know, when you were in kindergarten and we were listening to Stevie Wonder song. I mean, he just started going off on this like long drawn out soliloquy. This theatrical performance about stuff that happened before. But he was like, ultimately at the end of the, what he was saying was, you know, I've been there to protect you. I've been there to keep other people off of you. But now that you got your good old boys coming after me and you're you're in alliance with them versus me, when I've been the one who's been there all the time. I mean, he was pissed because she was going to bust at him. I'm talking about she was going to bust at Poppa Pope. So, you know, he was like, you know what? No matter how much you won't admit it, you're going to regret it when I'm going out of your life. And then he leaves. So we move from there back to Charlie and Quinn. They in the room, still in the same room together, you know, chit-chatting about the fact that his grandmother then died and that he had to put his grandmother out of her misery because he didn't want to see her suffer. I mean, they just having this general conversation after they just got through kicking each other's butt because he's been assigned to assassinate her. Go figure, they're weird. Awkward. Anyway, so he talks about and tells Quinn how he has kept some of the B613 files. So remember, because the last episode, David got a room full of files that were blank. But he actually has some files that have some information in them. So that's going to be good to know next season, next half of the season, January 29th. Okay, so Olivia moved from that scene. Olivia goes and meets her mom. And it's like, where is he? Talking about her dad. Where is he? I know you know where he is. He comes and visits you all the time. Where is he? Excuse me, my mouth dry. I'm a little crayon apple. You know, so she's like, where is he? Where is he? And the mom's like, I don't know. You just need to give up. Just stop even trying to focus on him, because if not, you're going to be just like him, coming down here every single day trying to talk to me about nothingness. And, you know, Olivia, she starts crying. And her mama's like, shh, stop it. She's like, cry me a river. Her mama is heartless. Her daddy is heartless. So she got two kinds of crazy going on inside of her. I'm talking about two sets of crazy lunatic DNA floating around in her bloodstream. So anyway, Olivia meets with Cyrus. We leave that scene and Olivia goes and meets with Cyrus while he's cleaning out his office. She says, I'm getting ready to talk to you like the Cyrus I know you are. She says, you know what? Are you going to just let them destroy you like this? Are you going to just be this is her words, not mine. She said, are you just going to be a bitch baby? I mean, she got up in his face. Are you just going to be a bitch baby? And he's like, no, I am the most powerful man in the world. He's like, no, I'm the most powerful man in the world. She was like, well, get out there and stop acting like her words, not mine, bitch. And he's like, okay. So they start playing the game. Like I always say, it's chess, not checkers. So Cyrus basically now is saying that he's engaged to this prostitute. So that kind of smooths over this scandal issue surrounding him about the pictures he has of him being with this prostitute. So he starts making it seem like this is his boyfriend. They're engaged. So that kind of nullifies the effect of him being caught up in this scandal. So we move from there to the back to the not the Oval Office, but one of the to the White House, and Melly and Liz meet up. So Melly's kind of giving Liz the cold shoulder, and Liz is like, excuse me, did I do something to offend you? Melly's like, no, not other than the fact that we're screwing the same person who is the vice president, and we might end up with the same STDs. You know what? Melly is a fool. She is funny, but she's a fool. She says, you know what, Liz? Unlike Andrew, who is very gentle when he's screwing you, I'm not going to be gentle. Just believe that when I screw you, it will hurt. All right then, Melly, for giving her the read of the century. Just know when I screw you, it's going to hurt. All right. So anyway, move from there, and Huck goes to the house of his wife, where she's just like, you know what? I won't be happy till you in the back of a police car, because you just keep coming to my house. So he has brought to her all of these files, and he tells her, read these files and then you'll understand what happened to me, why I had to leave, why it was, you know, why I'm no longer there, and why basically he went crazy is what I'm thinking this is contained in these files. So Quinn talks more about these files that have these other files that have Waco on the side of them. It's like West Angola Corporation Operation something. So the vice president is talking to Fitz, and for some reason or another, like, the vice president knew what was going on with this Angola attack. You know, last time when there was a bomb, and it was in relation to the Angola War. So I think the vice president wants to go to war or something like that. I'm not sure. But while he's speaking to Fitz, it flips back and forth to Olivia being at home with Jake, where she's dancing and having a good time, saying, don't worry about Poppa Pope, you know, let's just dance. We got food, we got drinks, blah, 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 woo, woo. I've never made love on top of the piano. We should do it. It may be a little slippery, a little cold. So Jake goes off to get some blankets, and you know, well, prior to that, he's like, I want to be with you. Oh no, he says, I love you. He tells her that he loves her. So she's like, yeah, I want to be in Vermont with Fitz. Hello? I just told you I love you, and you telling me you want to be in Vermont with another man? Then she continues to say, but I want to be in the sun with you. So in other words, basically what she told him is, look, I'm not choosing between neither one of y'all. I want both of y'all. I want my cake and my ice cream. I want my ham and my burger. I want my mac and my cheese. I said, all right then, Miss Olivia, for giving them just major non-decision making ability. All right, honey. So anyway, they talk about how they want to make love on the piano, and he goes to get a cover for them to do it. He comes back, and like I said, it was flipping back and forth between the vice president and Fitz's conversation, and then them two. So vice president is saying something to Fitz along the line of, what possession do you have that you would do anything to get back? And after he says that, it pans back to Jake and Olivia inside of Olivia's apartment, and Olivia's gone. The glass of wine is turned over. Jake is looking around. Olivia's nowhere to be found. So somebody has come and kidnapped Olivia. And I think it is in relation to the vice president and the president's talk about Angola and the war going on over there. So yes, honey, the Scandal season finale, preseason finale, was awesome. Loved it. Suspense going on. Shonda Rhimes is still giving us major suspense, major heart attacks going on around here. So yes, I hope you enjoyed my review of it. Till next time. Oh, bye. Oh yeah, by the way, I just got up out the bed to come do this little review, so that's why I'm looking crazy. But anyway, look at my other videos. Just see how good I look. Love you. Bye.